All right.
Okay.
Wow.
That looks good. That looks good.
I mean, first off, I'm a comic book fan. I don't know how I know that you watch the movies and everything, but two iconic shots in there of Spider-Man carrying that guy while he's webbing. That's actually a comic book cover. So
Okay.
that was dope to see. Obviously, I was a big fan of the '90s Spider-Man. So there's a storyline where he starts to mutate, and then he's losing his powers, kind of gets him back. And actually, what's really crazy is the '90s cartoon. Actually, I believe, if I'm mistaken, I might be mistaken, but actually had Punisher involved in that storyline, where Punisher was trying to find Mary Jane Watson because she had disappeared, and then Peter Parker was going through this whole mutation thing. I liked it. I'm excited.
I liked it a lot.
Give me your thoughts. What did you see?
The first thing I noticed or thought of at the end of the trailer was no Sadie Sink in the trailer. Her character's still a mystery. Some people think she's playing Jean Grey. Some people think she's playing Rachel Summers. People think she's playing Shafra. Like there's all kinds
Mary
of
Jane Watson
mystery. Yeah, there's all kinds of mystery about who Sadie Sink is playing. So we have no further clues on that. No, but I thought it was great. I love that, like, the whole original trilogy in the MCU. I'm not going to call it the original Spider-Man trilogy because obviously that's the Raimi trilogy. But the original MCU Spider-Man trilogy is about Spider-Man wanting to be an Avenger so badly. But in the end, he gives up all of that to save everybody. And now we're kind of starting from scratch with Spider-Man, where he's doing everything on his own. There's no Tony, there's no Happy, there's no, glasses that connect to the Stark computer system or whatever the heck those things were. There's none of that. So it's basically him on his own. And I think that we're probably, hopefully, going to get a trilogy of him sort of building back up to that. I didn't notice anything that would connect this to Doomsday yet, other than maybe Mark Ruffalo. Good to see Hulk in this. I don't understand why he was Smart Hulk in Endgame, and in every appearance since has just been Mark Ruffalo. So that's something I'm going to need an explanation on.
Budget.
At the end of Shang-Chi, he's just Mark Ruffalo, and then here he's just Mark Ruffalo. We've heard some interesting stuff with Hulk in this movie as well. So, and I do wonder if this is like a backdoor. Hey, this is how mutants come into the MCU thing.
I don't think so, because I don't think
they said mutate a lot in this. DNA mutation a lot in this.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be happy with that, because I think that you bring in the mutants, X-Men, a different way. I let Spider-Man, like, this is a Spider-Man story. It was never a X-Men or mutant story. But
if Sadie Sink is Jean Grey, then they are bringing in the beginnings of the X-Men in this movie.
Maybe we'll see. I wonder who. We'll I haven't looked at any spoilers or anything, but I wonder who that group of ninjas were that he's fighting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Obviously,
could that be the Hand?
Maybe.
I mean,
because if there is Mr. Negative, and I think Mr. Negative is connected kind of to the to a group, but I don't remember. It was great seeing Punisher, obviously, that interaction. Obviously, he knows who the Punisher is because he calls him Frank. And there's a whole little, and then when Frank goes to cusses, he shoots the web. That's straight out the 90s comic book. There were some cool things. Obviously, we see that the villain is somehow able to pass through to person and take control of their body. So that's going to be interesting to see who that villain is. Maybe, like you said, Sadie Sink. But I'm excited. This looks a little bit more, not as, like, more Spider-Man, because it's, like, in the city and not in space or dealing with, like you said, not dealing with the Avengers, things like that. It's more homegrown, down to earth. So I'm super excited to see this. Also, too, Scorpion's
in this,
a big Spider-Man villain.
I'm real curious how Scorpion gets worked into this, and I'm real curious how Punisher gets worked into this. Punisher, I think we know from other stuff that's come out, is going to know who Sadie Sink's character is and be like helping her in some way. So I'm real curious how it all ties together.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Again, we didn't see anything that connected to Doomsday, so it's kind of like, interesting. So
I don't think they'd do that in the first trailer when we haven't even had a Doomsday trailer, now that I think about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I don't even think this movie's gonna they'll be mentioned, but I don't you know what I'm saying? Like a clear path into Doomsday. Like I'm assuming something's gonna happen at the end, and then
Well, we keep talking about all the incursions and stuff. I wonder if by the end of this movie we start seeing the incursions.
Yeah. Again, it's going to be interesting to see how because if you notice, I didn't even think about I just noticed it right now. When he was in the cocoon, when he falls out of it, he tries to web. I think he does web, and he doesn't have his shooters on.
Yeah, I think that might be what's happening to him there.
So that's, throwback to the 90s cartoon and also to Tobey Maguire. So, yeah, I'm excited. Like, this is super exciting.
I'm excited, too.
Doesn't feel like a little kid, though, anymore, right?
I mean, trailers haven't felt like a little kid for me in a while. But this is very exciting. I'm very excited to see this. It comes out in just a few months now. Like, it's in July, I think. So it's just like 4 months from now, which is crazy that the first trailer is only 4 months out. I think that they did a really interesting rollout with this trailer. Did you see this rollout yesterday? Where at daybreak in certain cities around the world, they revealed clips from the trailer.
Oh yeah, I see.
Going into daybreak today here in the U.S., there'd been like 11 clips released or something like that. And so, and then when Tom Holland was here in New York. Was in New York, not here in New York. I'm not in New York. Was in New York this morning. He revealed the full trailer. I thought that was a very interesting rollout because it was, brand new day. They did it at daybreak in all these cities. I thought they seem to be doing different type of marketing for these movies now, which is interesting. Which is actually in some ways more interesting to me than the actual trailer was. But the trailer was great. I love this trailer. The trailer was great.
Yeah.